Hi Stitchers, this is Stitching to Connect Annie. It is a beautiful 74-degree day in Denver, Colorado. It's Tuesday, May 23rd, and it's been 10 days to 2 weeks since it's been a little over 10 days since I last filmed. I want to get this in quick before I head to the East Coast for my granddaughter's high school graduation next week. And so I thought, well, I want to get this in because I probably won't do anything until I get back from that, and that'll be a good 2 weeks. So I've got some health updates I'll put at the very end if you're interested. And so this one's not going to be very long. I will just jump right in and chat about what I've been doing. So my main thing I've been doing is this is called Treasure Island. It is a mystery sal. It's with Al Forrest Embroidery, and Al Forrest Embroidery are a Russian company, and I don't even believe they're Ukrainian. I think they're Russian, and so their website is in Russian, but they have some translations, and it's not difficult to get around in, and it's not difficult to access the information you need, but I had ordered a kit. I probably had my kit for over a year now. Was it before the Ukrainian war? I'm not sure. Might have been. Anyway, and so the threads from that, this is not mine. This is somebody else's. I'll show you what I've done on mine. I haven't quite done as much as on there. This is mine. So I've done the banner, if that's what you want to call it, the sun, the 2 stars. There's another star, and then there's a moon. There's 2 more stars and a moon, basically. 3 stars and a moon. A big star and 2 little stars and a moon. I think that's what it is. Yep, that's what it is. Anyway, I'm using the thread from that Bayun Cat, which was the kit that I ordered from Al Forrest Embroidery a while back. And I am robbing Peter to pay Paul, basically, for a lot of the threads in this. The orange and brown threads. The brown is not. It's a silk thread. The blue, the yellow, and the orangey brown are all from that kit. So, yeah, I think it's going to be really pretty. Like I said, it's a sal. It's released, I believe, every 2 weeks. And I jumped on it about a week ago, and the next release is this Friday. So I think I can get it finished. As I said, I'm very close. I had to do a lot of frogging because I did one side of the banner and then did some lettering and then went over and nothing matched up. So I got to frog. Ribbit, ribbit. But it's all good, and I really like it. So this little bag is what I hold my threads in it for it. So my girlfriend, my bestie, Verna, we had lunch this week, and she'd had COVID. She's one of the only people I know that hasn't had it. My husband and I haven't had it either, knock on wood. But she got it about a month ago. I haven't seen her in over a month, and it was just so good to see her. We normally meet for lunch on the weekends every week to 2 weeks, and it had been a long time. But anyway, it's our birthday month now. We don't give each other birthday gifts or Christmas gifts, but we have an agreement that if we see something and we think of that the other person would like it, well, we pick it up. She's a black kitty. I have a black kitty. She saw this little bag at a paint store of all places and grabbed it for me and said, you know, we don't give birthday gifts, but happy birthday late. And her birthday is this month too. Hers is at the end, mine's at the beginning. So anyway, we just had a good laugh, and I love my little bag. It's got kitties on it, and it's great for threads. And she said, maybe you can put some stitching in this. She's not a stitcher, but she's super supportive of my stitching. So I got that. So that's a little show and tell. Then when I did Gilmore Girls Retreat, unfortunately my sister was here, so I didn't get to participate as much as I normally do, but I would never trade my sister for a virtual retreat. So I jumped on a little bit, and they do some giveaways, and you use your number that you get at the beginning, and when they call your number, you get a gift. And I got these, and they're pins. They're Lady Dot Create pins, which I'm sure you're all very familiar with, but if you're not, look them up. They have a lot of finishing things, and these can be used for pin cushions or counting pins or whatever. They look like glass. They're not. They're plastic, but they're beautiful. Calla lilies is what they remind me of. I'm not a huge flower person. I could be wrong, but that's what they remind me of. And I love the bright green color. It's very springy. So if I do a spring, maybe Biscornu, I could put those in it, and that would be really lovely. So I wanted to share that with you. And then this bag I shared last time. This is a Black Nail Society flamingos. I keep wanting to say pelicans, which we'll talk about in a minute. Flamingo bag. And I thought there were 18, but there's actually 20 on here. I discovered there's one on the front of that ship. And then this one right here, that's also a flamingo. So there are 20 flamingos, at least, on this bag. It's kind of like, Where's Waldo? So, fun. And in it, I have beachy things. Beachy things, meaning this pattern. I think I showed you this before. It's called Flock Together. I'm going to add it to my flamingo collection that I'm starting this summer, where I've stitched one. I have a stuffed flamingo. I have the flamingo float that we got, and it's going to be all things cute flamingos. And I really love this pattern. My friend Jessica that I stitch with here in Denver, we meet at least once a month. She's going to be traveling over this next year. She's going on sabbatical. She's a professor and has an amazing opportunity. And so I won't see her as much this year. But anyway, she gave me this because she had stitched it and I had loved it and saw it. And she said, here, I'm done with it. You may have it. And gifted it to me. Lovely gift. And I'm using Forbidden Fiber Parliament. It's a very, it's a good cut. It's a good representation. It's very sandy looking, very beachy looking. So I'm using that, and then I'm using this, which was the floss in the flamingo box, the Black Nails, which is Live and Die in LA limited edition, called Pretty Flamingo. It's a cotton floss. It'll be great for the lettering and the flamingo. And then I'll pull my own threads. It calls for gentle arts, and I don't have a lot of gentle arts. So I'll be pulling my own thread from my collection of either Color and Cotton or Classic Color Works or some DMC. I'm not sure all of that. Then in my Canadian bag, which, oh my gosh, look at all, that is all cat hair. That's embarrassing. Anyway, my Canadian bag that I got at Stitch North contains my New Start. I showed this and talked about it last time, and I will show it again. This is the 2022 Stitch North sampler from last year's retreat. I went to 2023 Stitch North this beginning of May, and I wasn't thrilled. It wasn't my style. It's very nice, but it wasn't my style of the featured pattern that they were doing this year. But this I saw last year and absolutely loved it, and so I grabbed it. But I wanted to see it in person before I got it. I really liked it. Last time I talked about some of the fabric choices I was looking at. And then when I got the fabric out for my treasure island, I found this fabric in that same box and went, oh, this would work. Because I was worried that my brown wouldn't stand out because there's only 4 colors. I've done all 4 colors now and they look great. So the yellow, the red, the brown, the blue those are all the colors that you need for this chart. And so I've done that upper, it's really the upper left corner. Oops. Anyway, it's popping. I love it. It's beautiful. I believe it's 16 count Ada, but the coloration on it is lovely. It's going to be gorgeous. I'm very excited about it. So I did some on that since we last saw you. It's only been 10 days, so I've gotten a decent amount of stitching done. Because I think I worked on something else and I can't remember what it was. I truly don't remember. This is not going to be a long video. To be honest with you, I did this once before and there was no audio. I don't know what happened with my microphone, but it didn't record. So this is my second attempt. If this doesn't record, I'll put it off till I get back from my trip. But like I said, so that's all the stitching that I really have to share. And, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so we leave a week from tomorrow. It's not true. A week from Thursday for my granddaughter's high school graduation. Very pleased and happy to celebrate with her. She has a younger brother who's just finishing up his sophomore year in high school. And the three of them, mom and dad and brother, will take her to university at the end of August, beginning of September, and then the crying will begin, my daughters. So it's wonderful to have her be a successful, ready to go to college or university student, and to see what joy and what excitement she will have coming up in her life. I'm going to try to either go see her. She'll be in Massachusetts. Maybe I can combine a retreat event and go see her sometime this year. I'd love to see her in her university environment. And if not that, go to a holiday when she's home for holiday at her family home, and just connect with her sometime this year. I hope so, because I will miss her if I don't. But she's a delightful young lady. Her name is Josephine Margaret Hale, and when she was 4 years old, or maybe 3 years old, she was very verbal. But when she was 3, probably she said, "My name is Josephine Margaret Hale, but you can call me Josie," and she's been Josie ever since. So a big name shortened to a short little nickname, but a big vibrant life she leads. She's a go-getter, and it's going to be fun to see what adventures she tackles in her university life. And so that's exciting. Her other grandparents, my son-in-law's parents, will be there for the graduation too, so it'll be great to spend time with them. So it's going to be an all-around wonderful celebration. There'll be parties, and there'll be a big family party on Saturday. My daughter and her family have an in-ground pool, and it'll be fun to have a pool party, a celebration, food, all the good things to celebrate Josie and where she's going. Then she's traveling to Europe this summer with a friend, and then they're doing a family European trip. So they have a very, very full summer to get home, get her ready to go, and yeah. So both my husband and I are going to this. I'm very excited because he and I have not traveled since a year ago Thanksgiving, and it was like a 2-day trip. It was a really fast turnaround trip because of his sister's dementia diagnosis, and he can't be gone from her very long, or couldn't at that time. And so we haven't traveled for over 1.5 years together. So that'll be fun. I won't have to sit on a plane by myself, which is all I've done in the last 1.5 years, 2 years. But yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. And it's going to be a quick trip. We leave Thursday and come back Sunday, but I'm looking forward to it. So all that to say, that's my future plans. I would like to work on my 2 Dark Queen of the Sea and Dark Queen of the Earth sals that I have not kept up on, but I'd like to work on those in June and continue to work, stay current with Treasure Island. I think that would be a really fun thing to work on in the summer. I want to continue to do little flamingo patterns and beach patterns. I have a biscornu going on. I think I've showed you with the crabs on it. And yeah, so those are my stitching plans for the next 2 to 3 to 4 weeks. Now, the kicker is, and this is my health portion, and if you're not interested, then bye for now. I'll see you in a week to 10 days or 10 days to 2 weeks, and keep stitching and connecting and enjoying life. Now, if you're interested in the health portion of my program, if you have watched me before and I've kind of filled you in, I was diagnosed with bursitis in January. I went the injection in the hips, PT for 3 months, and got no relief whatsoever. Maybe even got a little worse. Went to my primary care physician last week just for my annual and told her, and she said, well, I will definitely send you to a orthopedist. So I saw an orthopedist last week. Long story short, he does not believe I have bursitis. He thinks I have a gluteus minimus tear in the muscular tendon area on both my hips. And so I'm going to have an MRI tomorrow. They did do x-rays of my area, just normal x-rays, and he pointed out I have some bone spurs on both my hips in the very same place on each hip, and that also could have caused some of the tear. The symptoms I have is sitting for a long time is difficult, therefore I have a butt pillow. And the biggest, and I have a little trouble on the stairs, but the biggest thing is when I sleep. I cannot sleep. It's not good. Maybe 2, maybe 3 hours at the most, but then when my extra strength Tylenol wears off and I've slept or moved to my side, it's just, yeah. So it's not good, and I'm tired of it, and I want something to change. So he said, I'm very suspicious that you have a gluteus minimus tear. Gluteus maximus is your rear end muscles, and gluteus minimus is the muscle that wraps around from your sitter to your hips. I said, well, how do you get that? He said, well, if you've got bone spurs, it could be irritating that and tearing it. And I said, well, how do you get bone spurs? And he said, 72 years of life. So he said, it's nothing you've done. I haven't had an injury. It just came on last fall. I've been dealing with this since last fall. And he said, but you're my favorite kind of senior patient. You are not overweight. You exercise regularly. You swim. You, I mean, as much as I can exercise. It's mostly just walking and swimming. But, of course, swimming is a non-impactful kind of activity, and it's great for rehab, too. So he said that. And also, you've had a number of surgeries in the last 20 years. You're not afraid of surgery. I said, that's totally true. He said, you'll do fine. He said, it's a 4 to 6 weeks on, or 6 to 8 weeks on crutches, no weight bearing. Unfortunately, because I have it in both hips equally, pretty much, I'll have to have them done separately. I can't, I'd have to be in a wheelchair if I had both of them done for one time. And I don't think he's going to do that, recommend that. So it'll probably be a very long kind of process. So he said 6 to 8 weeks on crutches, then therapy for 3 months, complete healing within 6 months. So we'll see. I don't like living the way I'm living. It's painful, and it's keeping me from sleeping. And I'm not a good sleeper anyway, and if I don't sleep, it's not good. Then I get anxious about it, and the whole 9 yards. So I hope we can just do it, get her done, and move on. And maybe do one right away this summer and then maybe see how I heal, see how it all goes, and then do one next spring or summer and get them both done. I just don't want to live the way I'm living. I hope he can recommend that. But we'll see. He won't know the extent of damage till he looks at the MRI. So fortunately, I have the MRI tomorrow, and then a week from tomorrow, I'll get the results. I'll sit down with him and get the results, and I'll have some kind of a definitive plan or answer before I go to DC the next day. So that's my health update. And I know some people don't like to know what health problems you have, but I think as seniors, at least for me, I'm very interested because I didn't know all this stuff could happen. Parts wear out as you get older, and I didn't know that, I thought at the beginning, oh, I'm going to have hip replacement surgery because of the pain I was having. But I can walk okay. I just have trouble with stairs, sitting, and sleeping. And he said, no, your bones are great. You are never going to have hip surgery from the x-rays I'm looking at. He said, you have great, sturdy bones. So that was encouraging. But I didn't know. I didn't know you could tear as my daughter says, you have a butt muscle tear, Mom. You have a butt tear. I said, well, it's not really my butt, it's my hip. But if you want to call it that, you can. Our kids just love to tease us, don't they? Anyway, so all that to say, I don't think my daughter can come and help when I'm post-surgical. My husband will be here and will be super supportive, and that's not a worry. My sister might come. She said it depends on when and how long and all of that good stuff when we know a little more. She might come and help for a little bit. So I may end up wrapping her into a video, which I didn't get to do when she was here, I completely spaced it, just completely. We were having such a good time and never even thought to sit her down with me, pardon me, and do a video. So anyway, that's all I have for today. And I kind of need to move, change positions here. Hopefully this video has got audio, and I won't have to do it again. So keep stitching, keep connecting. If you like, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you in 10 days to 2 weeks. Hopefully not longer, but we'll see. We'll see. Bye for now.